Hey, what's up, everyone? And welcome to the Ninja Warrior podcast. Tonight is a very special night. We bring you guys the finale of American Ninja Warrior Season 12, the second part of the finals, as well as the final, as well as the Power Tower playoffs. Once again, I have my two co-hosts, Crystal and John here. Are you guys excited as I am to finally wrap this season up? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know when these are getting released, but we were late in covering these. Yeah, because, for reference, it's currently February of 2021 right now. So, it's already been a couple of months after these episodes have aired. But, I don't know when these are coming to you guys in particular. Yeah, it could be a while, but, because we record all these in advance. But either way, today is the finale, so let's get right into it. So, what are you guys, some general opinions? I don't want them spoiler-related just yet. What are some general opinions about this episode? Overall, I think it was fine. I don't think it was, it kind of, felt like exactly how I thought it would feel like, just basically remaining runners and then the, Power Tower playoffs, which thankfully weren't as disappointing as I thought they would be. Yeah, it's I kind of wish that, a lot of people that we wanted to win lost. There was one matchup that was, there was a couple matchups that were, really close, and those were okay, and there was one specific one where I think everyone was yeah, it was overall average. I mean, I wouldn't say it was bad, but I can't say it was, perfect. Yeah, most of the season ended on a high note. I think the one exception is maybe AW10. But this one, it just seemed like it ended on a kind of normal note. Yeah, nothing really outstanding, nothing really bad. It was just kind of there in the middle. It was an ending. That's basically all I can say about it. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. Starting with the chorus, which remained mostly the same. Yeah, the course was the same, and before we move on to the actual ones, I have to talk about the opening movie, because it had a really significant part in it. Yeah, they showed it. Jody Avinos went on the Power Tower. Yeah, even though that was cut from the show, they actually showed him in the buses, so I think we can confirm that Drew fell somewhere on the tower. It does seem strange, but considering what we know about his involved this season, it seems like he just got cocky. Which would make sense because he just won it last year, in 2019. But, yeah. So we can confirm that Drew fell off the Power Tower right there. But anyway. Alright, now we've got that little, thing out of the way. We're going on to the actual ones. We're starting off with, Joshua Lewis. Now, Joshua, this was actually the first time we'd ever seen Joshua on the course. It was, in a full one. Yeah, he was cut in the qualifiers, which practically, and he was fast-forwarded in the semifinals, but here he was actually shown. We got a story about him living in the RV with his family, and the course, he did pretty alright. Had a close call on Dead Dive and Dash before making it all the way to Slam Dunk. I was expecting a falling shelf there, honestly. It being at the beginning of the episode makes you really think that. Yeah, speaking of falling shelves, that's where our next competitor, David White, fell. Now, before this, he had a segment about him and Emil Malik being, I guess, equals in a way. So the bond as a team, as they acted like each other a lot and stuff. But yes, David White fell on the falling shelves, just couldn't find the handholds on that blind grab. And after David White, we have Emil Malik. Now, Emil Malik, he's been doing really good. He hit a buzzer in qualifying and almost hit a buzzer in the finals. But here in the finals, he fell on the dragon back, and unfortunately, he was the fastest to make it there, so he was the only one to qualify, to not have to finish the course and qualify. Yeah, this was kind of like a comeback story for him. It's I was very scared they were he would win the entire thing. Yeah, I mean, especially after what happened on the Power Tower for the first round, it was that just made this mega charge, made the chance of him winning actually bigger, and it just, to me, that would have been very disappointing. Yeah, very. The fact that he could have easily won and didn't complete the course, everyone else who made it into the finals completed the course, except him. So, it would have been very disappointing, from any point of view, to have him win it. But, anyway, yeah, Emil fell on the dragon back. And after the break, we had John Alexis Jr. in a fast forward segment. Yeah, I know them. Like, why was Alexis even shown this time? Yeah, it's like, it's not like they ever mentioned him before this. It's like, why they fast forward him? It's like, this makes no sense. I literally don't understand why they even bother showing Alexis here. They just cut him the last 2 times. And what even happened with him? Still, no official statement from Ninja Wiki or anything. So it's just, why was he so omitted from the season? Yeah, it's, to me, it's like really stupid. You think he would actually get, he's one of those ninjas, like, you think he gets shown at least once. But the fact that he was the only one to be cut in the finals, he was cut in the qualifiers, like, it makes no sense. Practically no sense. But anyway, Alexis fell on Slam Dunk. Yeah, and after him we had Daniel Gill. Yeah, this was strange. Like, why was Daniel Gill? We weren't even a half an hour in when he was shown, and I'm like, why? Yeah, as everyone knows, he won the season. You'd think they would have shown him last. Yeah, you definitely think so. But anyway, Gil, he had a story about wanting to buy a house and what he would use the $100,000 for. And I feel like the only reason why they had that segment was because, well, he won. Yeah, if he didn't win, then you might not have had that segment. But yeah, it's strange how they add these things. But anyway, Daniel Gill finished the course with the fastest time for the majority of the episode. Yeah, it was like, I think only one actually topped him. Yeah, it was, actually we'll get to him, but yeah. So after him, we had R.J. Roman, who had a story about him and his grandma, how she feels about him and how he feels about her, and basically the relationship together. I think the main thing about this story that we want to point out is that R.J. Roman had a little bit of was shown on the twist, how on the what is it, the Mega Twist and Fly challenge. Yeah, the Twist and Soar was called, but yes, he was shown on that. Yep, and this also means no Drew cameo. Yeah, I wasn't from this season, but technically it counts. So we saw Drew in there, and that's basically how we knew who competed on there, because we were identified. The only one that wasn't identified was this figure. But I was able to talk to Joe Mawosky weekly about this, and while we were really subtle about it, I wanted to make sure like he didn't feel uncomfortable talking about it, but also the fact that I wanted to know what happened, but I also didn't want to feel uncomfortable talking about it. So he basically told me brief results, and that's why I wanted to make sure everything was covered. So if you guys are curious about that event, we did cover it in the All Stars podcast. So. Yeah, we might leave a link to that in the corner up there or something if I remember to do so. But if it isn't, then it should be on the channel. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So anyway, R.J. Roman, he made all the way to the Dragon Back before falling, and his fast time got him 9th place, just outside the top 8. This was pretty sad. Yeah, I honestly wanted R.J. to move on. And I kind of wish he got there faster than Emil Malik, because again, Emil Malik, it just wouldn't, especially since he's a Wookiee. R.J. Roman, yes, it still would have been a little disappointing that he was going to be the winner, but yet he didn't even quit the course. But at least then, he was a veteran. He had made the stage 3 in the past, so the stage 2 was really easy. He had been on the show beforehand. Emil, he's a complete Wookiee. So just to see him win, it would be very disappointing. Looking for the competitor and everything, it's cool we have a winner, but when the fact is that we are forced to have a winner, the competitors, they never really get the experience of having a journey throughout the season. And that's mostly the main reason why I was against Emil Malik winning and R.J. Roman as a whole, just because it would just feel weird to have the one person to not have done the better than everyone, the same process as everyone else. To be the winner, it's just strange. Yeah, it's like that awkward moment, or that awkward fact about the episode. Anyway, after R.J. Roman, we had Jessie Graff, and this was probably one of the biggest shockers of the entire season, really, as she fell on the falling shelves and injured herself. Yeah, she tweeted out, I injured myself a ninja, and, that was both confirmed that it was injured this season, and like, is she okay? It's like, I think like the fact that she tweeted that out is like the big spoiler point. Like, I know it's not like spoiler because like she could have injured herself on anything, but and it's also the editing here. Yeah, like where they put her, like they had like no big story or anything like that. They don't make you think she's gonna win. You hope she does, but they don't make you think that in particular. Yeah, it's like you expect it. And I think the big turning point for me was like when she started visualizing the floating selves. I mean, that's fine to do, but the fact that they showed that makes me really think they did that just for timing's sake, to stall, I guess, give Falmer one time, because that type of thing isn't usually shown. Yeah, like they would show like a cloud and stuff instead, or something like that, instead of, just visualize the obstacle. It's a good thing to do, but it's just something they show and show because, okay, it wouldn't. That's something to show wouldn't show because there's not much happening. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, a big shout out from Jesse Graff. And after that, we had Adam Whale. Who had a story about him and his idol, Ben Wilson, an Olympic champion. About how Ben Wilson's sons actually admire Adam Whale. So the fact that his idol's kids admire him as their idol was a little bit of a coincidence in his right. But Adam did really well, hitting a buzzer, and he had the Power Tower playoffs. Yeah, then we had Jake Murray, and this was a pretty impressive one. Jake Murray had a story about how the antics and all that. He had a little bit of a segment where he talked about he said he was Barclay. Yeah, I gotta laugh at him because especially since Barclay didn't even compete this season. She had good reason to, not to. She's just dealing with her mother's death and everything. But the fact that he just decided to do that, it was a little bit fun, but it was just like a harmless joke. But anyway, Jake Murray, he hit the buzzer. He had the fastest time of the night, only 4 minutes, so just under 4 minutes. So it was an impressive one. But that leads us to the final one of in the finals, in particular, the weatherman Joe Mowalski. Yeah, this was like the biggest shocker of the year. Yeah, so I think I can agree with that one. Because, like, Mowalski, he fell on the slam dunk. I mean, who expected that? I can guarantee you that's no one. Yeah, it's like, that was, like, the biggest shock. I was sort of like, what? You think they would show him last. Because he did good. You'd think that, but nope. They showed him last just to fuck with you. It feels like they just did that to troll them. Yeah, it does. So anyway, after Joe Mowalski, we had the Power Tower playoffs. And this was a top 8 bracket that featured ninjas going up against each other, wasting each other. This was an all-white bracket. Still, I kind of wish it would have been structured a little bit differently. But with the way they decided to structure the season as badly as it was at least they made it entertaining and it was actually fun to watch. The first matchup was Najee Richardson versus Austin Gray. And this was a really close matchup. We just talked about Najee and Austin talking about each other. How they felt like maybe Najee thought he would lose to Austin because like Austin's faster and stuff. Even though Najee placed higher than Austin on the leaderboard, but that's besides the point. And Austin just barely won by like a couple of milliseconds. Yeah, I think it was like a tenth or something. But yeah, Austin just barely won. His one was the fastest on Power Tower by far. Yeah, it was the fastest seen on the Power Tower. And after Austin Gray and Najee Richardson, we had Amir Malik and Jake Murray. Oh, and this was probably the most shocking one of them all, as Amir Malik actually beat Jake Murray. Yeah, Jake Murray had to go a little bit of step up on the way up, and that just pretty much guaranteed him a lose. Like, he was slowing down. He wasn't really, like, blazing through it. It seemed like what he did in the actual course tired him out, as he wasn't breaking that A game that we usually see in Jake. Yeah, it was strange, just, like, this is the big thing that we were referring to when we say, like, this, like, cemented the fact that maybe Amir Malik could have won. And it was like, no, please don't have him win. Because, like, It would have been okay, yes, but it just would have felt wrong. Yes, very much. Very much. So Emil Lake moved on to the finals, and we had the other two matchups: Adam Whale versus Lucas Reality. Adam Whale completely destroyed Lucas in a blowout, and we also had Jesse LeBlanc versus Daniel Gill. Just why? Yeah, this is a point where if Milwaukee had finished, the outcome might have actually been different. Yeah, because in that case, LeBlanc actually would have against Millie, and I think it would have been a closer matchup because Millie had a slip off. But LeBlanc is very competitive. When we saw her on Ninja vs. Ninja, she won the entire thing. She had a perfect record. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, she is competitive when it comes to racing. And I think if she was given her Daniel Gill, it was an obvious loss. But giving her Jake Murray, you'd think it would be an obvious loss. But with the slip up he made, I think LeBlanc might have had a legitimate chance of winning. Yeah, and I would have actually been really happy with her winning. Yeah, it would have been cooler to see that. But anyway, it didn't happen. Daniel Gill won. And the final match. And then we moved on to the finals, where they added a cliffhanger grip to the standard power tower. I don't know why they bothered with this. I mean, it's not like it changed anything. It didn't even really make it harder. In fact, it probably just made it easier. Yeah, because they started on a cliffhanger grip instead of climbing up with the ropes and stuff. But anyway, we had the first matchup: Emil Lake versus Austin Gray. Well, Austin Gray won against Emil Lake, who fell on the dropping shells portion. And then we had Adam Whale and Jake Murray. Not Jake Murray. Daniel Gill. And this was definitely the closest matchup of them all. Yeah, Adam Whale and Jake Murray, and Adam Whale and Daniel Gill were literally neck and neck throughout it, and Adam Whale literally broke his own buzzer trying to go for it, but Daniel did it up hitting it first. And that led to the final matchup between Daniel Gill and Austin Gray. And they had a segment about what they would do with the money. Again, we always saw what Daniel Gill would do with money, but we saw what Austin Gray would do with money, which is investing in more charity businesses, which makes sense. Hence doing historian stuff. And Austin Gray, unfortunately, lost to Daniel Gill. And personally, this was predictable. By this point, it was like Gill obviously won. It's pretty obvious that he won. But I'm like, can Austin win just for that unpredictability? Yeah, that would have actually been a shocker, but it might have actually made the episode better in some cases. It definitely would have, because every one of us, we were all expecting Gill to win. He did, and it was not really even a close race. Yeah, it's not like it was neck to neck like the last race. But it was kind of close. But yeah, Daniel Gill won season 12. We got the whole other trophy, got $100,000. And now let's talk about season thoughts. This isn't the last time we'll be mentioning season 12. We've mentioned the subscriber special, and we'll get more into it next week. That's when you'll see it. But that is directly relating to season 12 of the show. So this is not gonna be the last time we'll ever see it. We'll ever talk about it. But it's going to be the last time we extensively cover it in terms of an episode viewing. But, yeah, overall, what do you think of this season? It was, very average, very subpar. It's it feels on the levels of, season 6 to where there was, way too many stories and not enough competitor. Not enough ninjas to really spice up the action. Yeah, there were good moments. There was David Campbell's one. There was Joe Milwaukee's qualifying one. There were a lot of good moments here. But, even the memorable stuff, got clouded away with the immense amount of stories. There were tons and tons of rookies that no one cared for. And the team aspect, well, good in concept. The fact that the ninjas didn't even choose their teammates, it was to come down to production. And the fact is that the ninjas themselves, it feels like they were told, act like you chose these people. It's most likely they never even thought these people. I bet you there were only a couple of people who actually knew their teammates and got to know them, like Michael Torres or Joe Mawaski, or people like Flux the Black because she already knew her boyfriend, Krista Ganji. So, yeah. And, so Team Aztec was one of the good. He has said it again and again. I can agree with him. We've all said it again and again that we would have preferred a Vegas format a little more. They watered down Vegas course more than this format, which was qualifiers, finals, and then power top fights. It's like very disappointing. I kind of wish that they actually did the full Vegas course and have like a power tower as like a playoffs if 2 people made it through. Yeah, I think it just sucks how that works out. I just wish that they ended up doing it like you said in Vegas format. It would have had a little more suspense within the episode and the season as a whole. Yeah, and plus we would have started off with the big season, or like another way you could have done is like have one round of qualifiers. Let's say have the semifinals round and have everyone won that course, and then have everyone won a Vegas course. And to be completely honest, I would like that one more. Again, it would have still had a qualifier fashion, but it would have made the season a lot better. Right now we just have rookie after rookie taking on this course falling on the second obstacle. We have story after story that most of us didn't care about. There were a few that were actually okay, but not many of them really spoofed our hearts or really we could connect to. And again, there were moments, but it wasn't really stick out. It wasn't outstanding like last year. There wasn't some big moment. Like there was a winner, yes, but it was a predictable winner. It was obvious what was going to happen. Last year, there were lots of twists and turns. There was an actual Vegas format, and obviously, we also didn't have horrible editing. I know it was because of you-know-who, Drew Dressel, but still, the fact that is what happened just sucks. Hey, we didn't cover how Drew Dressel did in the finals. Crap, we didn't. I'm an idiot. My bad. Anyway, Drew Dressel, real quick, he fell on the falling shelves. Again, this was the hardest one to find, but we found a couple of records that can say that he fell on the falling shelves in the finals. So yeah, we got that cleared up. But anyway, yeah, it's just. Well, I don't think that's the correct reason, because I feel like it would have still been edited similarly, but they edited it so choppily. Like, they took every single shortcut they could have to get this season out. Yes, promos were already airing. The season was ready. It was gonna release, and it was promos started airing for saying the release date. It's like it was too late to delay it, yes, but still, with the edits they did, they could have done better edits to really hide the fact that he was in this season. Yes, they could have done a way better job. Like, there was Ethan Swanson thing, and you made an edit, because you literally just released that episode. You made an edit that showed what they could have done, and I can fully agree with that. And there was also a few others. There was that time Drew was shown on Taylor Johnson's ones. Those were just, they were by accident, but you'd think they just wouldn't show those camera angles. Yeah. And there was also that one time we saw an RJ Roman segment. That they could have just shown something else, like they could have shown him on the wingnuts or something. Yeah, they didn't need to show him on the Tristan Solo. It was actually got some footage of it, don't get me wrong. But if their goal was to hide Drew Dressel, they did not do a good job of it. Yeah, basically all they did was cut his runs. And every single mention of him. Like, what if he did his business, let's say, after this season had fully aired? What if that had happened? What if it was announced then? Then this season would have been completely fine. Yeah, we would not have had all these edits. I do want to know what would happen if that's if it was aired like it was supposed to. Yeah, it's like Ninja had like several conflicts that resulted in this type of season. There was the pandemic and Drew's little incident, and both changed the original plan for this season, making it go through like tons and tons of different places, like boiling it down and just ruining what it could have been and replacing with what we have now. Yeah, but I think we're just dragging it on at this point. That's it for this episode of the podcast. Yes, I watched episode 17. We'll see you guys next time. We'll cover, basically, we'll announce our subscriber special and talk to you guys about the rules. As we mentioned earlier, we'll get you guys involved. It's a little bit of a voting contest type thing. So you guys will get to say in that. And we get more information on that next week. So get excited for it. It's going to be a very cool event. I'm very excited to announce it. And, and these guys, they don't even know the real meaning of it. Yeah, he's refused to tell us. We know exactly what it is, but we don't actually know results and stuff, like how it works. Yeah, so it's going to be a new thing for them as well. But I'm telling you guys next week. And, we'll see you guys next time. We'll cover that. And, peace, really. See you guys next time.